Well, it's been over a month since the flood disaster in southern Alberta, but many residents who lost their homes are still a long way from putting their lives back together. Well, tonight, some of Canada's top musical acts are performing a benefit show for the victims in Calgary. Actor and singer Tom Jackson is hosting. We spoke to him earlier, and I started by asking him why hosting this event is such a big deal for him.
I used to live in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And I grew up, it was almost seasonal work around Manitoba. There'd be a flood in the spring. And I moved out here in 1993 or 94, thereabouts. And in 1997, just after I'd left Winnipeg, in that short period of time, I know it sounds like 3 years, but a short period of time for me, there was a great flood. And first thing that happened when I was here in Calgary was the people rallied together for the Red River Relief Flood. And they put together a concert. I was part of that mix, put together a concert that raised $800,000. All that money went to the Red River Relief Fund. So now we have a flood, which is now in what I call my home. And I rallied a lot of the troops that I talked to back then in order to see if there was an appetite to heal ourselves. And there was. And we're here tonight now on this project called Halo High Water, and there's a lot of my friends, your friends too, that are involved in this project.
Wow, Tom, you have a really deep connection there. Tell us a bit about the show. Can you give us a bit of a sneak preview?
I mentioned this in an interview earlier today, and it was an inspiration because somebody called me and asked me, okay, what's this show all about? Let me tell you, it's a story. It's a 2-hour story. And the first part of the story we already know. We know that there was a flood. We know that for 16 blocks downtown Calgary, we know that Canmore and High River we've heard about, Siksika, Satina, all the communities in and around here in southern Alberta were devastated by a flood. We knew that. That was the night of the flood. The day after the flood, we woke up and dawn broke, and we all rolled up our sleeves, and in particular, some of the acts that are going to be on this stage tonight, George Canyon, Paul Brandt, they were in there getting their hands dirty, helping people clean out their basements, putting themselves at risk for their brothers and sisters and their families and their mothers and their fathers. And that's what happens at dawn. Okay, well, now the sun's out. Now the sun is out. And now we get a chance to stop, take a deep breath, not too long because there's lots of work to do. We take a deep breath and we look around. And who do we see standing shoulder to shoulder with us? We see strangers. We see the fact that, okay, there was a big ditch there, it was full of water. And there was us over here that needed help and those people over there that needed to help us. And we build a bridge. And tonight we're going to continue to build that bridge and strengthen and fortify that bridge in this community and to demonstrate to the rest of this country and to the world, as a matter of fact. That's what a family can do when it sticks together.
Yeah, that is a great way of telling this story of the disaster. Tom, I've got to ask you, what part of the show or who are you most looking forward to tonight? Oh,
it'd be hard to pick a spot in this show. I mean, did I mention Jim Cuddy? Did I mention Carolyn Dawn Johnson or the Traveling Mabels or George Canyon or Paul Brandt? Who else didn't I mention? Oh, my goodness. Donna Merrow. Now you have to help me. The list is so long. And I sat through rehearsals yesterday, and I'll tell you, I listened to Donna Merrow sing, and you may not know that name, but you will soon. There's a guy that's going to be a big star in this world. Donna Merrow is from Winnipeg. I know I mentioned Winnipeg, but every time I say Winnipeg, it makes me smile anyway. It's a great thing. Anyway, Donna Merrow.
It sounds like overall it's just going to be an amazing, amazing show. And it'll be live on CBC Radio and it'll be broadcast on television in Alberta. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. I know this is a huge undertaking and you have a lot going on there and we really appreciate it.
Let me just say something to you, Christine, that what we do would never be heard by any other ears or seen by any other eyes if we didn't have the kind of commitment that you make to this project. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, we appreciate that very much. Tom, thanks for this. That's Tom Jackson.
Ditto.
In Calgary.